Do you think the election is going to rock the price of precious metals?
I do think so, yeah. I don't think the correction is over, okay? But it should be soaring.
The worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
We're now down 43%.
This could be the most serious recession in decades.
Protect your retirement with a gold and silver IRA. Learn more at sdbullion.com/IRA.
Why, hello there, Yank.
Good to see you, my friend.
It's good seeing you.
I take a week off to go to Virginia and Florida. I come back, I'm ready to, the price drops. I'm like, I got to talk to Tim, and I reach out to you to come in on Saturday, and you're taking a vacation.
A very short one.
You just buzzed up to Montreal, didn't you?
Yeah, we usually go up there on Friday, but the weather was terrible, so I understand they even had a hailstorm. So we went up on Saturday morning. Actually didn't take too long to get there, but getting into the track is very difficult.
You had fun though, right?
Yeah, it's always fun, but the weather was terrible. Yeah. It was really terrible.
Well, we got a customer here that just picked up. The most important thing here is the sticker, right? No, I'm kidding.
That is big. Don't forget, you got to sign it.
I'm giving a hard. I got to sign it? Oh, Tim has to sign it too. You got some nice bars there too. Wow.
Good stuff.
Good stuff indeed. I love those. Very nice. Yeah. So, Tim, I have to ask you one other thing. You timed your departure perfectly. Spot price dropped.
Yes, that was very interesting. Friday was. Took a steep decline.
One of the things that seemed to precipitate it was the news that China had curtailed its gold purchases in May.
You mean one of the excuses?
Okay, all right. It was pretty radical because 18 months worth of heavy buying, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Well, what effect did Turkey's buying of gold have on the market?
I think they look at China a little bit more carefully.
Yeah, China was buying a whole lot more gold than Turkey was buying a whole lot more than China was. But that didn't have any effect on it. China's an easy excuse.
After that, it was the non-farm payroll info that came out that showed that inflation is here.
Another good excuse. Yeah.
Right.
But the best
one, it was wage inflation that was up.
The best one is now the argument as to whether or not there's going to be any reduction in rates, or are the rates not going to be reduced for the rest of the year. There are varying opinions, but I don't see any reason for them to reduce rates right now.
You predicted that. You said this year that you didn't think they were going to cut them off.
I haven't seen any reason why they would be cutting them yet.
Okay, so those two hit, and then the traders took over. Shorts came in. It broke through some automatic, stop losses, one right after the other, and it just plummeted. What were we, 6% down? I think it was.
Basically, on their way to get down, they kicked a few dogs that were in the way. There is only one world financial market, and that's New York City. And everything, including the governments. Remember I said governments, are controlled there. Because they hold so much money under management at all those firms. It's probably in excess of our entire debt is under management for the big firms down there. So when the metals go up, it's their fault. When the metals go down, it's their fault. And listening to the pundits who know everything, toward the afternoon say, well, there are a lot of shorts in there now. Okay, so I think that was it. I mean, they had pumped it up pretty good. Gold and silver both were pumped up high enough to short. And I don't think the correction is over, okay? But what are they going to blame it on the next time? Turkey has stopped buying gold, so sometimes when the metals change and go up, some of my customers have to add a little because I'm saying more than ever that this is too unpredictable. If I don't have it in stock and I don't have it on order, I tell them the estimate is an estimate. And I have some very good customers. Fortunately, one I waited to order, and she is sending me another check, and I'm going to send her a little bit of a refund. So,
do you think this is a temporary thing, this pullback? Do you think
pullbacks are always temporary, and it's a very different market. It's never been like this.
2 weeks ago, the line wasn't that big in your store when the price was up. Now, I won't show people, but oh my word, the line went out the door. This morning, you had a lot of people ready to buy,
and
didn't
there's
you?
still people outside.
There's still people ready to buy. What do you have for us in stock right now?
I'm pretty well stocked.
Okay.
I have a lot of gold, virtually everything, but not enough to last for 2 more days like this. When we run out of the mainstream stuff, like the 10-ounce bars, we're going to be selling lots of these little things for bargain basement prices.
Oh yeah, this is a fun little bin to go through. We had a couple in here earlier, first timers, and I don't think she was really that excited about coming into the store. He was, but then she started to see all these cool rounds, and then she was just like, "Ooh, I want one. Ooh, these look cool."
Yeah, we have a lot of the miscellaneous stuff. It's getting to the point where I have to order more, and hopefully. We had a kind of a big increase in the silver today, but
yeah,
hopefully
it went up when you opened your store. How many of you out there in the line waited to buy silver over the last few weeks because of the price?
Me.
We got one person here. Anybody else back there? No. Okay. So there's. I think that's been the.
But the people
thing.
we had before early this morning, they were definitely buying silver because of the price.
Right, and they weren't earlier. They were holding up. I think people need to start using every single one of these dips as an opportunity to buy. You agree with that?
I agree with that.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I wish they were more predictable, though.
I know you like it predictable from a business guy standpoint, running your business. You like predictability.
He wants to buy it when it's low.
Right.
Yeah, which I haven't done in the last couple of weeks. I have all these boxes here. I don't know if we're making any money on them, but that just means get rid of them so you can buy more at a lower price.
Yeah.
You happy with the silver purchases?
I am very happy with my silver purchase.
I'm tired.
Always a pleasure doing business with Tim.
You're here because you've seen Tim on the channel.
Yes.
And how long have you been stacking?
Probably about a year and a half.
Very good, very good.
Fairly new.
All right, is your better half outside?
Yeah, she's outside, and I'm trying to get her up to speed. She's not totally convinced about everything, but I'm working on it. I was hoping to bring her in here so that you and Tim could convince her, but she didn't want to come in. So
She doesn't want to come in because she's afraid she's going to get convinced?
probably either that or she was going to be on camera, one or the other. I don't know. I'll have to find out.
I would love to be able to chat with her, but, I can understand why she might not want
I'd love
to.
to get her to watch a few more of your videos, so hopefully she'll come around, I'm sure.
What did you tell her about your stacking?
More of just the idea that the bills that we have that are beautiful artwork on them. I mean, but it's the same denomination from day one, $1 bill, and the value that it was in let's say 1970, 1940s, whatever. What you could do with that same $1 bill that has the same artwork, same $1. What you can do with it then versus now. Even the dollar stores. I mean, it's a dollar something now. It's not a dollar.
It's a dollar something. Some of them are going out of business.
Yeah. So it's interesting in that respect. So I'm just showing her that this is real value. This is something that retains its value. So that's what I'm trying to. I was really hoping you guys could really, she just doesn't fully get it for some reason. Yeah, I've tried to explain it. My daughter more so. She kind of gets it. So I'm hoping that she picks up on it and maybe starts doing
It takes a while
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Mrs. Yankee, the same way. I had to explain that it's actually just converting from fiat currency to real money. I could convert it back if I needed to. I'm not wasting it. I'm not buying new golf clubs or a fishing rod or a boat or something that I'm consuming. It's something that I'm doing to store value, just like you said.
Exactly. No, that's interesting that you say that. No, that's exactly my thoughts, and I just want to continue to do it. And this other stuff I don't know what backs it. That's the thing. It's an unknown. Right. I don't know what backs it, and I don't think
Backs our currency?
Yeah, I don't think it's
Absolutely nothing but the full faith in the government, right?
I was looking to do, I think, 3 tubes of silver rounds, just bullion.
Yep.
And we'll see where we're left with that. Maybe I'll do a bar or so, or
Can I do the honors?
Sure, grab a few buffaloes there.
All right.
Oh, there we go. That's cool.
Corn and Snap Shop. Maple leaves.
Oh yeah, the buffalo's nice.
turquoise,
Beautiful.
And,
Oh, yeah.
harmonics and the sovereign coins.
Love
the
it.
Sovereign coins represents a country. And
Gotta
then
love
we
it.
have,
Yeah. Very good to stack.
Yeah, that's a good price too. Very good.
Very good price.
coins. Probably taking a loss on them, but
I am.
best. No, we are.
You're taking a loss on
Oh,
these?
yeah, I'll show you the prices when we finish up today. It's pretty
I might
amazing.
do some bars after if there's any left here. See what we got.
I did see some bars over here. Ooh.
I didn't know you were going to be here, for sure. And as soon as I walked in, I was hearing you talk, but you didn't have a camera, so I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but your voice, I'm like, I know that voice. So that's
That happens to me all the time.
What happens to you all the time?
You're screwing me up.
okay. Very good.
No, actually, it's fun having you here because people who have been waiting for hours are, you're entertaining them, so they don't feel so bad about being here for a very long time.
Well, no, it's really fun to get to meet people. We need a sign up that says, please be patient with your spouse.
Yeah. Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The nice thing about these, you can count them.
Nice and shiny.
I'm going to get you some stuffing for you.
All right, you got it.
So you're going to give him the tube?
Might as well. He's a good customer.
You're a good customer. All right.
If it were you, Yankee, I'd just say, hold out your hand.
What?
If it was you, I'd just say, hold out your hand.
Thanks, Phil. I'm going to ask if you could sign one of these, and then I'll be out of your hair.
Yeah, it's only $20.
Okay. Yankee, can you sign one? Can you sign this one?
Here you go, Yankee. See if you can spell it.
Cool. Appreciate your time, guys. Thanks, Yankee.
Yeah, I think I spelled it right.
Look at this.
Well, you had
Awesome.
a word you could use to copy. And this gentleman wants 2024 buffaloes. Let's see. This is a buffalo tube. Let's see what that has in it. That has 2024s.
Do you think between now and the election, we're going to see gold and silver respond again to the upside? This is temporary pullback, do you
I
think, at
think
this point?
before the election,
Yes.
up and down.
Up
But I
before?
think definitely before and down before the election.
You think the election is going to rock the price of precious metals?
I do think so, yeah. And I mean, it used to be, and the cardinal rule was optimism is the enemy of the metals. Pessimism is the metal's friend. Now, what's going on that's good in this government? I mean, it should be soaring, but it isn't really. It has been on a positive slope for probably the last 2 years anyway. And but Trump gets stronger. Every poll, every week, he gets a little stronger.
All right, you brought up Trump, so I got to ask you,
I'm not
what is
predicting
your
him.
thoughts on this whole conviction, man?
I think it's an absolute crime. It is exactly what Stalin used to do. It is most like Mussolini. Most like Mussolini. He weaponized the government against all his opponents. And they tried many times to put his opponents in jail. And toward the end, when he was branded Il Duce, leader for life, or whatever it is, he succeeded in putting some of his opponents in jail. He was also a champion of fascism. That's what that is. If you're going to weaponize the government against your opponents, that is the definition of fascism. And, all these, Biden supporters, oh, that's not true. He's not a fascist. Trump is the fascist. They better learn some history. Before they keep shooting their mouths off, they really should learn some history. And it's unfortunately, they have no knowledge of our constitutions. They think it's a bunch of old slave owners, just taking advantage of the people. Now, maybe you read a few, Federalist Papers. We can see how intelligent these people really were.
Do you think we're going to see Donald J. Trump in an orange jumpsuit.
That would be pretty foolish. That would be very foolish, because everybody involved with this trial knows that it would be overturned at the Supreme Court level. I would agree with Alan Dershowitz. He says they need to get this on the road right away. He said he would go to the judge and demand that they have the penalty phase now. Okay. Now, even if he refuses, that's something they can send to the appellate court. If he agrees and he passes a sentence, whatever it is, they can also go to the appellate court with that. Okay. And if they don't buy it, ask for the quickest verdict they can give them, then they have every right to go right to the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. And the Supreme Court is going to say, seriously, you want us to consider this? And they can say, there's something wrong in that New York appellate court if they let it get that far. But I don't think it'll get, it'd probably be, what do you think? It'll probably consume about 2 or 3 minutes of their time. And, I would be surprised if it wasn't 9-0.
Wow. Yep.
Maybe 7-2, but I don't think it'd even go that way.
Nothing would surprise me at this point.
No, me either.
Unexpected car repairs.
You can't give these to the mechanic?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Foolish man.
I know, right? Car repair? My mechanic would take silver.
See?
Yep.
It's coming.
It is coming. How much first before you put it in?
$648.
You're slipping.
Well, it's a light
I'm
tube.
trying to rip them off. One or the other.
No, it would be at least 30 grams off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Gold was up $20. Now it's $17.70, so it's not a big deal. And silver is pulled back even less. And we still have 2 hours in the market.
That's true.
I guarantee you the people down there in New York City don't care what I have to say. What happened to my good pen? Well, that's it.
Thank you.
You want Yankee to sign it? He just prints Yankee. It's childish, but that's what he calls himself. So.
Is it that bad? Oh man.
I can recognize it.